Peekaboo. All right. So here, what are you going to do in this question? What's the first step you're going to do to expand this? The question says expand. What are you going to do in this scenario? If you're struggling to understand with this topic, what do you draw? What's the first thing you're going to draw in this scenario? Have a think about it. What's the first thing you're going to draw in this example? In this question. That will really help you. I've been raving on about this. Arrows. And what's the 2 doing to the everything inside the brackets? Timesing it. So you're going to times that. It's going to be 2 times x plus 2 times 3 equals 2x plus 6. That's your answer. Did you get that?
No.
No, and I could see that in your face. What did you do in this scenario?
I made, when it said x plus 3, I made it 3x.
Oh, okay, yeah. A lot of people, they do that. So they do what you just said, which is going like 2 times 3x and you get 6x.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a common misconception that a lot of people do. Can you add these 2 terms together? So you pretty much added them together, right?
Yeah.
Can you add, what's in between them? What's the operation between x and the 3?
Adding.
Adding. Can you add them together? No. So it's just going to be x plus 3. If it says 3x, if it says x times 3, yeah, you could do that. That's then 2 times 3x, right? But in this scenario, it's just going to be that. This question, what are you going to do here then? Arrow? Multiply your numbers. What numbers do you have there to multiply?
9.
9 what?
9 times 3.
9 times 3 times this x. Why is it times x? What's between the 9 and the x? What's between? What operation is it? Is it 9 plus x?
Times.
Timesing it. Correct. So what's that equal to? What's 9 times 3 times x? What's 9 times 3?
27x.
Well done. That's your answer. This question you need to solve. Okay? You need to solve for x. Okay? In this scenario, what are you going to get rid of first? What are you going to get rid of first?
The 3.
Yeah, you want to get rid of the tail, right? So this is the tail. You want to bring it to this side. This is the left-hand side. That's the right-hand side. Why are you getting rid of the 3? What's the whole purpose of getting rid of it?
Because you're trying to figure out what 2x is.
Yeah, and then eventually what x is, right? You want to find the x on its own. So here, you're going to get rid of that minus 3. Okay, then on this side, it's minus 3, minus 3. The way you get rid of it is you've got to do the opposite. Why? 3 take away 3, what's that? 0. That cancels out. What are you left with now? You're left with 2x is equal to 3. How do you get rid of the 2? You do what?
Times.
So if you time, what's the 2 doing to the x? What's a 2 doing to the x? Timesing it, right? How do you get rid of the 2? How did you get rid of this plus 3? Bring it to the other side. You minused it, right? How are you going to get rid of the times 2? Divide by 2. What's the opposite of times? Divide. Divide by 2, divide by 2. You're left with now x is equal to 3 over 2. The question says just leave it as a fraction, just leave it as a fraction. If it says leave it as decimal place, you leave it as 1.5. This question, how do you solve this? What can you do first? Draw arrows. Now, you're going to do what? What is this process called?
Timesing.
Yeah? It starts with letter E.
Expand.
Right, so you're going to have 5 times x minus 3 times 5 plus 4 equals to 10. Okay? Now you're left with what? 5x minus 50 plus 4 equals to 10. You are going to collect your like terms. What are your like terms here? Minus 15 and 4. This is not a like term. This has an x, right? You can't bring this together with this. What are you now left with? 5x. What's minus 15 plus 4? Minus 11 equals to 10. What are you now left with? You're left with 5x minus 11 equals to 10. How do you get rid of the minus 11 and bring it to this side? What do you do?
Plus
Plus 11. Whatever you do to this side, you also have to do to
that.
this side. Correct. Well done. So now you're left with 5x. These cancel out. You're left with 5x is equal to 10 plus 11 is
21.
21. X is equal to, you have to get rid of the 5. How do you get rid of the 5?
21 over 5.
Correct. So you have to do this step. This is really important step. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Now you're left with x is equal to 21 over 5. Okay? That is basically what you're going to be doing in this scenario. Okay? So you're going from expanding to now solving. Okay? I'm going to go through now the next step, which is fractions. How do you solve when there is a fraction?